Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Johansson. If you didn't know, I'm usually the one filming and editing, although sometimes Steve and his daughter Emily video too. Um, so this is our yearly pack trip to the Wilmore, but you'll notice the video is a lot shorter this year. So when we went in, we had no idea what we were up against, and our original plan was to go to the Blue Grouse, which is a couple nights from the Rock Lake staging area. We ended up staying at Eagle's Nest at Point Camp to hang out with some friends who were also in for a week or so. And then we did a day ride with them down the Pope and then back around Indian Trail to Point Camp. And for most of the ride, the trail was really good until we got to Indian Trail after Hump Camp. The blowdowns and the snowdowns were so bad. What usually takes us an hour took us 3 hours to get back to camp. The guys had some hand saws, so what they could saw through they did, and what we could get around on the bank we did. There's lots of sweepers, like trees that were bent like this, and you could kind of push through them. It was rough though. It was rough slogging. Everyone was bruised and hit by branches, and my saddle rolled at one point when I was leaning over, and so we had seen evidence of that coming in on Eagle or on Mountain Trail when we packed in. There was a lot of big logs that had been just recently cleaned up by the rangers. Of course, we didn't put two and two together until after, because we did pass a lot of rangers driving out of the park as we were driving in. And someone had mentioned that the park had just opened up, or the staging area or whatever. We had been monitoring the website because of the fire situation. Never saw any warnings or anything prior to going in. Afterwards, when we came out, we heard from a few people, don't go in, or that they had also encountered the same amount of blowdowns as we did, even from the Grand Cache entrance. So we did try to go up to Manzer, which is a pretty touristy spot from Eagle. It's not a long ride, but it's pretty steep and there's lots of trees. We were trying to take our friend up there who'd never been, and I don't think we got 20 feet down the trail. The trees were so bad. At first we could kind of bushwhack our way around them, but then they just became so consistently down. There was no way to get through, and like I said, we weren't in there to clear trail. We didn't have the equipment. We didn't have the fuel. So our trip got cut short. I think we could have muscled through a few more day rides around Eagle, although, in our hearts, we want to go deeper and go explore. But we had our Garmin in reach with us, and when the weather report came back, it was a lot of rain for consecutive days, and none of us had a problem camping in the rain, but when you're looking at 4 or 5 days of consistent downpour, plus with the blowdowns everywhere, it just took the wind out of our sails. So after 2 nights, we packed up and we left. So the trip is very short. We did but we drove right down to the Yaha Tinda the day we left the Wilmore, with just wanted to make the most of our time off, and the weather was good there, the trails were good there, and we had a blast. Unfortunately, one member of our party lives in northern Alberta, so he chose not to join us, and we really missed having him there, but we explored a lot of the trails and are considering staging from there next year, because I think it's going to be a long time before the Wilmore is what it was. There's just so many trails and there's only so many people who can clear it up. So yeah, that's why this video is probably only a couple minutes long this year. But I did make videos of our trip to the Yaha and some of the CTR we did right after coming home. So hopefully that kind of makes up for the lack of a pack trip video this year. We are officially on our way, 2023 Willmore Pack Trip. We got Rick way up in the front with Alyssa and Steve, and I'm in the back. We just started, weather is great, horses are moving good, right Rain? On our way to Eagle today. still cruising on our way to Eagle. Steve and I had to stop and repack everything. So Alyssa and Rick are way up ahead, but it's nice being spread out and we can all do our own speed. We just passed Seat Creek Trail. Should be coming up on the longest valley pretty soon. Oh wait, this isn't the longest valley, but it feels like it sometimes. Big stretch right before Eagle. Our favorite camp at Eagle Point Camp. There's not a lot of space here.
Maybe it's where it broke down.
Good boy. Take your time. So pretty, hey?
It came up to 500 shipping and everything, and 80 and 50 and customs. Yeah, it was triple that 50 a day. And all coming down. Yeah.